with all enrolled in games and tests, pseudonyms assumed to deflect attention. Krill, sorry, slip to the top, Big Green steps up first with focus and attention. As he's going for holes, the heat is on, the time is right. It's time for Krill to take a chance. All over Unveil, people are trying to be the best that they can when they're going for holes. Krill moves further through his wager. Every hole spells peril, fear, and danger. One more hole for Krill to try. Could this be his end in Dice of Desire?
You've got 50-50 chance.
Yes,
You wish to go for the big money?
I do.
Oh my
Oh my
goodness. And with that, he just knocks on the top of the mound. And you hear some scurrying inside.
Oh.
It's clear that he's basically told them
Shuffling
to
the
move.
deck.
Yeah. Can you please roll me a D? Any? Well, they're all even. So any even dice. Any of the even ones.
I will go for a D20.
I thought you were going to say D4 like a pervert.
So 1 to 10 is hole 2. 11 to 20 is hole 6.
It's a natural 20, and I'm really hoping this ends up lucky.
You put your hand in. And nothing happens. You pull it out.
Oh!
Oh. Now don't be a dumb fuck and put it into the one remaining hole.
Just, you never know. You never know. Maybe it's all bullshit and there's nothing in there whatsoever. Oh my goodness. I said it's been 5 years since anyone got to 32. I don't think I've ever seen anyone get to 64. My goodness, what a brave warrior you are. Hang on a minute. Let me find your cash. Oh my goodness. I wish I could tell anyone, but the rules are I can't tell anyone. Oh, it's smitten by my own rules. And he hands you a little pouch. And it's up to you whether you count it or not.
I mean, yeah, I'd like to count it.
Thank you. Listen, I didn't even ask your name. My name is Maldot. You've been wonderful. Thank you. Good night. What's your name?
My name is Bill.
Bill. Brilliant. You don't look like a Bill.
I didn't think so earlier either.
Excellent. It doesn't matter.
I'm just going to count these gold pieces really quickly.
Oh, I feel offended, but please do.
Why
Why would I con you? I mean,
I count them and I find out.
there's 64 gold pieces.
Oh, excellent. That's good. Cool.
Maldot is not here to confuse and terrify. Or to steal your money. He's here to confuse and terrify. Thank you. Anyway, we've got other people that need to play this game, although you have cleared me out quite a lot of my winnings, but hopefully I'll be taking some of that money back from your next victims. Please leave through the way you came, and remember, do not tell anyone. I will know.
Of course.
And you leave. You leave holes. You emerge out and you find a scene of 4 people
standing around very bored.
Oh, Krill, how did you get on?
Oh. Holes is certainly interesting.
Your hands aren't even wet. What happened in there?
Now, that would be telling.
Oh, okay.
Maldot, at this, Maldot comes running out and goes, oh, I almost forgot to tell you. Yes, here's your winner's token. Anybody who wins money on any of these games, here's the winner's token. So keep that on you. If you're thinking of qualifying for the tug of war, you will need this. So take that away with you. Exposition dump.
There we go.
Right.
Yeah.
Holes. Where are we going next?
Done.
Archery. Let's do some archery next.
Archery. Yeah.
What a
I'm up for that.
great episode of the podcast Holes is going to be. Oh.
A lot of silence. A lot of...
Yeah.
Okay, so you're heading towards archery, yeah? Again, you've not asked for any directions. You're just enjoying the show. You're just enjoying everything that's going on. You see a fight between a couple of people, but again, it's a contest. It's nothing. There's just a couple of big burly guys just knocking 10 shades of shit out of each other. You see another guy just trying to just pull something out of the ground. But again, it's just a contest. It's just things that are going on today. You suddenly find yourself coming up to a bit of a clearing. And you can see that this is the archery setup. Obviously fairly open expanse of land. Expanse of land? Is that a word? It is now. Expanse of land, that's the one. And you can already see that there are 4 people essentially lined up, sort of testing the air, sticking their thumb up in the air and testing the wind and all that sort of stuff, and stretching their bows and seeing. And there's 5 targets, and one obviously completely open. And essentially at the entrance to the event, there's a tan-skinned tiefling, and she's sort of waiting there, fairly sort of impatiently and sort of fairly looking, I wouldn't say pissed off, but relatively stern.
I'll approach them, I guess, and say I'm Derek here for the archery.
Derek, okay. Have you got a slip there to say that you're part of this? You can't have anyone just walking up and entering archery. These are dangerous weapons after all.
Was I given one?
Yeah, Papa would have definitely given you all slips.
Cool. Yep. Then I hand it over.
Excellent. Great. Lovely. Thank you. And your name's Derek.
Derek. Yes.
Sure. That's the name you're going with?
Yep.
Excellent.
Definitely Derek. Definitely respond to that if someone yells it out.
Do you have your own bow?
Yep. I'll produce my short bow.
Cool. Excellent. You've got a short bow. That's fine. That works. You have your own arrows.
Yep. At least 20 of them.
At least 20. You'll only need 5. Okay. Can you just go and take your place over there, please, by the...
Just before Derek goes over, I shout, Derek!
I sort of go, and then turn around and go, yes, I'm Derek.
I just look at him, I fire the customary finger guns of the adventuring party, and I go, you got this! And I fire just a little bit of sweet bardic inspiration into him.
Phrasing. Yeah. I give the finger pistols back as well. Just, yeah.
Do I get anything? Do I get anything from your fingers?
Love and affection.
Nice.
Mainly.
As always.
Right. Okay. This is going to be a fairly straightforward event. You get up to your marker and you can see a target in front of you. It's about... It's a distance away. It's a long enough distance away. It doesn't matter. That's just numbers. There are 3 rings within each of the targets. So you've got your bullseye, essentially. You've got then which is red. You then got an outer ring of blue, and then the final outside ring of white. And the tiefling says, "Right, have you ever done any of these before?"
What, archery?
Yeah.
I just carry the bow just for looks, really.
Right.
Buy
Okay.
arrows just for.
Okay, you tell me how this works then.
I shoot and aim for the target, presumably.
Right. Okay. So who wins?
Me. By default.
Right.
Go
okay.
on then. I'll let you go ahead. Go on, tell me how
Thank
it
you.
works.
This is what I'm here for. I know it's a festival, but not all of us are happy to be here. Right. So 5 arrows. Aim it at the target. Red's 10 points. Blue, 5 points. White, 1 point. After 5 arrows, the person with the most points wins. Alright? It's nothing. It's not rocket science. No one's ever heard of rocket science. But that's what you got to do, okay?
There are several rockets strapped to each of my arrows. This is...
Well, I don't think there's anything in the rules against that, but okay. So that's it. So they're your competitors.
And may I ask what your name is? I don't
You
know
may.
if
It's an alky.
An alky.
She is an alky.
Hey. drink, booze.
I just reply, and I will dedicate my victory to you, an alky, and give her a bit of a wink.
She just shrugs and walks off.
She wants me though,
Yeah.
obviously.
To there's five targets, 5 competitors. You're on the right side of it, right end of it, and you look down and you see there's an elf, a dwarf, a tiefling, and another elf. And then an alky just walks out behind you and says, "Right, on the first crack of my whip." You just realised she's got a whip.
Dangerous.
Yeah. The first crack of my whip, please loose your first arrow at the target. So what I'm going to need... Yeah. What was I going to say?
No, go on, carry on.
No, you felt it necessary to interrupt.
I just, would it be bad form? How many shots are they having?
5.
And there's 2 elves, a dwarf, a tiefling, and Derek.
I know, yeah.
And would you allow me to interfere?
Have I told you you can't interfere?
No, you haven't. No.
I would, however, say that any interference would have to be done in a way that wasn't apparent. You've already given bardic inspiration.
Have you? Yeah.
Yeah. So if anything is untowards, he will be disqualified.
No one would. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So how this is going to work, Dabov, Luke, is I'm going to ask you to roll it's just a straightforward dexterity throw. And depending on your score will determine what the results are of your loosing.
Cool. So that's just my dexterity modifier, yeah? Not my saving throw.
So just your modifier, no proficiency if you've got it on your weapon. Have you got proficiency on your thing? Yeah. So you can add your proficiency as well.
Cool.
Okay.
Yep.
So roll me a dex, please.
Dex. That is... This one's a good one. Natural 20.
Ooh.
Oh, lovely. Right. Okay. So, where's my pen gone? So, your natural 20. Loose your arrow. Straight down. Bang. Straight in the target.
Cool.
That's
I give a little bit of a wink to an alky. Just please dedicate to her.
So that is 10 points. Straight in the middle of the target. Bullseye, 10. However, also, you'll get an advantage. The confidence flows through you, and you will get advantage on your second roll. You've got your sights.
Nice.
Wow.
So you'll get advantage on your second roll.
Game mechanics, isn't it?
You look over, and you see the other 4 targets. And you see, you're very pleased with what's happened. And you look across and you see bullseye, bullseye, bullseye.
Stop! The fabric of reality is woven from my words, illusion warps, recipients of existence, a spectrum of sound, imagination vivified, confounding those who tender their resistance. You are shit at archery, self-doubt, self-doubt, self-doubt.
Right. Well, the first arrow is already in. And who are you?
This is the last person.
Cool. I'm glad you did it on that one. Who had 1?
What activity is taking place behind the archery?
Exactly. So you've just uttered a poem.
I'm just casting. I was casting minor illusion.
So what does
Minor illusion to just whisper into the ear of the archer.
Right, to
try
distract.
and distract him. Yeah.
Okay. I'll tell you what. I'll let you defer that to the second one.
I'm going to do it again anyway. So.
Is it a spell?
It's a cantrip.
Oh, okay.
You just fire a lot constant.
Right.
Yeah, just bang, bang, bang.
Right. Okay.
Are you just drunk and belligerent at this festival?
Pretty much, yeah.
People around him are just hearing him repeat the same poem 4 times. Start moving away. Right. Okay. So here we go. Second roll, please.
Cool. With advantage, yeah.
Yeah. And are you going to cast this cantrip?
I'll cast it on. Who did I cast it on last time?
Archer number 2.
Was that elf, dwarf, tiefling?
Oh,
or
okay.
Elf number 2?
That was dwarf.
I'm gonna cast it on elf number 1 this time. You're shit at archery. You are terrible. Your father never loved you.
Wow, this is getting really personal. All right, I'm gonna shoot my shot in more ways than one. I'm gonna not even look at the target and just wink at an alky again as I fire my second shot. That is, I've rolled a 19.
Have
then
you rolled with advantage?
yes, yeah, the other one was 2.
Yeah.
So yeah, 19, then plus 3, which is my dex, and then plus 2, which is my proficiency. So what's that? 24.
Okay. That is another bullseye. Bang, straight in, knocks right next to the first arrow. And I will also allow you to have advantage on the third roll.
Oh,
Nice.
I am glad that was, because that would have been embarrassing if I wasn't looking and I missed.
You look across, and was it elf number 1? Did you say?
Yeah, elf number 1.
Elf number 1. It's in the white. 1 point.
Isn't it?
Dwarf, bullseye. Tiefling, bullseye. Elf number 2, bullseye. Okie dokie. So we are up to shot number 3.
Cool.
Come on, poem.
Elf number 2's having it. You want the poem again? The fabric of reality is woven from my mind. Illusion warps, percipients of existence. A spectrum of sound, imagination vivified, confounding those who tender their resistance. I think you've got crabs. Don't concentrate on the archery. Concentrate on scratching the pubis.
Oh, God. Right.
But we all hear this.
No. They're only the
That was elf. That was elf number 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. What'd you get?
I got 22.
22.
Fucking.
Okay.
It was 17 with my 5.
Bang. Bullseye. This is just getting ridiculous. You're starting to hear the light applause that came from the group. That's not your group, but the people watching, has started to build, and you're getting bigger and bigger applauses with each one. Not just you, but literally all around you. I mean, there's some pretty high scores. Elf number 1. His confidence has been shot by that last 1 point. Another 1 point. He's ruined. He's done. He may as well go home. Dwarf. Oh, God. He's having a whale of a time. First shot into the white. 1 point. Second shot, bullseye. You think he's on the up? Oh, God, no. He's only a little boy. I know you're a little boy, but he's only a little boy. It's gone. It's gone up. He's missed the fucking target altogether. Completely gone. Skied it. Tiefling, bang. Bullseye. Elf number 2, despite the distraction, he knows what he's doing. Bang. Bullseye again. Not quite as confidently, just inside the bullseye, but bullseye nonetheless. Okay, so shot number 4, please. And you've got advantage again, yeah?
I didn't. I was about to ask you the same thing.
Oh, yeah, so you were bullseye, so you got 22, right, on your roll? So
Yes.
advantage again.
Advantage again. Cool.
Cantrip?
Yep, correct. On the tiefling. Everyone thinks you're a dick because you're a devil. Nobody likes you. Everyone mistrusts you. You will probably miss.
Amazing. I rolled a 24.
24? Jesus
Yep.
Christ.
A 12 and a 19, just for transparency, and then my 5.
weighted dice for Christmas, was it?
Just need the 1.
This bullseye is starting to get a bit... You've punched through this bullseye. It's starting to look a little bit ragged from the 4
Oh, hasn't he?
almost perfect shots that you've shot into it. Like there's a lot of moist women in the crowd at this point, and
How's an Alki looking? Is she...
Naoki doesn't care, does not care, almost to the point she hates archery basically at this point.
Tell me more about the moist women in the crowd.
None of them are dead, so they're not your type.
You can find looking across, you're surveying the scene. Elf number 1. Third white ring in a row. He's just gone. Dwarf battles back. You'd think that missing the target altogether would be like damaging completely to his confidence. Bullseye. Like just an erratic player. Tiefling, not known for being rattled, but also tieflings might sometimes hear voices and might be a little bit confused. Misses the target altogether. Just arrow gone. Off, completely missed. An elf, number 2, matching you, arrow for arrow, 4 bullseyes.
Wow.
So we're down to the last arrow.
We'll have to share the prize.
Right. Last arrow.
If it goes to a draw, they have to shoot at each other. The last one alive keeps them.
It's like a proper showdown, like Wild West style, but with bow and arrows.
Right.
Is this with advantage again?
Yeah. Who are you doing?
Elf number 2 again.
Right.
The only thing that's pointing in the arrows is your ears, you fucking elf prick. Oh, miss. And that's the half elf saying it for once, so.
Okay. And what have you got? You've got advantage again, did I tell you?
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
15 plus 5, 20. So an unnatural 20.
Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, yeah, and Bardic Inspiration. What do I get for that?
Roll the d6, add it.
Roll d6 and add it. So 20 plus 4, 24.
Okay. Pew! Arrow, straight in. 5, bang, bang. Tell you what, you were at the entrance of this, and they were like, oh, anyone here a good archer? And you're like, I don't really want to do archery, I don't really get shit for it. 5 amazing shots, 5 into the bullseye. You look across and you're thinking, right, what's going to happen here? Elf number 1, you've written off elf number 1, who cares? Got a bullseye, he's saved a bit of face in the end. Dwarf, all over the place yet again, blue ring, 5 points. Tiefling, done alright with the last shot, another 5 points there. Elf number 2. Well, what could we say about elf number 2? You went into the last arrow for arrow, both with a perfect score. You've hit the target, the bullseye. Elf number 2. Blue ring, 5 points.
Oh.
Come on, Dabov, Derek. Sorry.
Yes.
And Alki walks over, just goes past each of the targets, just making a final check just to make sure none of the arrows are looking like they're out of place or anything like that. Just looking through, marking, next target marking, so on and so forth. Gets to the end, the elf at the other end comes over, says a few words to them, shakes their hand, works her way back up the line, sort of shaking the hand of everyone, gets to you and says, I don't like you, but congratulations. You're today's winner. And she turns to the crowd. Today's winner, Derek. And hands you, very disdainfully, a purse with 50 gold pieces.
Wow.
I just look her square in the eye and say, the real prize was the time we spent together, and then I return to the group.
He wants the finger guns.
Krill walks over to Derek, gives him a little scruffy pat on the head and goes, "You're going to be very useful in the tug of war team," and gives him a big thumbs up.
Oh, that reminds me, you'll be wanting this then. And she sort of hands over again, fairly limply and disdainfully.
Good job I have a plan for the tug of war. Just
Oh.
saying.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The
Weasel, yes.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Derek, Jane and Freddie. That's the one.
So yeah,
That's a 1980s reference for you there.
that is the archery over and done with. And just as
What
your
was the prize? Sorry, I was too busy
50
trying to flirt with thingy.
50 gold pieces. See, this is also a nice way of putting a bit of coin in your pocket.
So we can spend it on armour for toys.
I think you'll find I have 24 gold pieces up, you prick.
As you're celebrating, you suddenly hear obviously tannoys don't exist in this world, so magically, if you will, you suddenly hear Diesel Vanzafir to the main stage, please.
The minor illusion goes into overdrive now as I bang my own drum, but that is now accompanied by the sound of a trumpet fanfare. It's like an entire marching band as I march with tremendous pomp and ceremony towards wherever the main stage is.
Again, not even stopping to ask anyone for any directions, but this one's a bit obvious because it's a fairly big stage. We're not talking like amphitheatre or anything like that, but it's fairly well constructed and it's more noticeable than most of the other places. You see,
basically the pyramid stage at Glastonbury. That's what it is.
Yeah, a bit smaller than that, but yeah, let's go with that. As you're approaching and you're getting closer, and you start taking in the sight of 50 plus spectators all gathered around, waiting, and you don't hear anything that's going on, but you see a couple of competitors or bards, if you will, sort of being led off the stage. And as you're getting closer and closer, all of a sudden, you just hear this voice going, Vanzafir, where are you? Come on, Vanzafir.
Can I see who the voice is coming from?
You can get a sense of direction, but at the moment you can't see. There's a throng of people, and you can just sort of see that it's sort of just the other side of the crowd.
I cast the light cantrip on my own head, so it appears that I am like just radiating light. And I walk forwards, and the minor illusion is in full effect, and it's just da-da, and I go, Vanzafir. It's finally here.
And you see like just a couple of people just like looking around themselves as if they're being pushed. All of a sudden, this dwarf just like pushes its way through, a few people, and suddenly says, "Are you Vanzafir?"
Am I Vanzafir?
Yes, are you Vanzafir? You're late. Come on, you.
Vanzafir is finally here.
Right.
Same. The repeats. Go on.
Like, listen, I've got no time for this. And he grabs you by the arm and he starts dragging you.
I allow myself to be tugged.
And he starts dragging you through the throng of people towards the essentially the side of the stage. And you're sort of like just bumping into people left, right, and centre. Some of them, more happy than others. And eventually you get past them, and he leads you to the side of the stage. You go behind a curtain, and you're now, essentially in the green room, if you will. And you can't see anything. All you can see is this one belligerent dwarf still gripping you by the wrist, and then there's some steps upwards. The only other thing you can see is at the top of the stairs, sort of just like staring ahead out into the stage, so somewhat still off stage, is a Warforged.
Oh.
And he's just stood there with his back to you, and as you've come through and made a little bit of noise, he's sort of noticed you and just looks round and just gives you a very robotic, emotionless thumbs up. And the dwarf says to you, "Right, have you paid to come on? Yeah, have you got your slip?"
I paid my. Here's my slip.
Right, okay. And what are you going to be doing today? What's your college? What you do? What do you do?
Eloquence, sir. Eloquence.
Eloquence. Right. What do you mean eloquence?
I'm a teller of tales. I'm a speaker of words.
Right. Okay. You think that's going to win you? Think people are going to watch that?
Dear sir, there is no challenge that is the match of Dweezil Vanzafir.
Right. I don't care, to be honest. You've paid your fee, whether you win or lose, I don't care. Right. You're up on that stage. Go and stand at the top of the stairs and just wait until you're called out, okay? Right?
Absolutely. As Dweezil makes his way up the stairs, he reaches into his pouch and he pulls out something that no one else has seen before. It's a velvet cloak which he drapes over his shoulders. This is Dweezil's costume of performance, or part of it anyway. It's part of his bardic costume, which he doesn't wear whilst adventuring, but very much wears whilst performing. It's purple.
Are you still have you turned around at this point?
Have I turned around?
Yeah, or are you still facing the dwarf?
I've made my way up the stairs, and as I make my way up the stairs, I've draped myself in the purple cloak of wondrousness.
So as you're making your way up the stairs, the Warforged takes that as a hint that things are about to begin, and he again shows you the emotionless thumbs up, and then walks out on stage. Looks at the crowd. There's no microphones, obviously. Again, we're not in that world. But his voice booms out across the crowd, nonetheless. There's definitely magic at play here. And he looks out across the crowd and he says, "Hello and welcome to the next round of Battle of the Bards. I am Mater D, and I was named after my father, Mater C. Ha 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 ha." No, but seriously, you have been a great crowd. We've got a great contest here for you today as we welcome 2 bards to entertain you both in Battle of the Bards, round 16. First up, his name is... And then he realises that he hasn't spoken to you, doesn't really know. He's forgotten his lines, he's forgotten his cards. First up is... And he sort of gestures over to you to come out.
Dweezil Van Zephyr.
And the crowd give a very polite little round of applause, but nothing spectacular. They've never heard of you. They're just all there to entertain them.
Are we in the crowd?
Yeah, so you guys, well, if you want to be, do you want to be in the crowd watching?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'm giving it like both barrels on the clapping, just whooping and jeering, and little guy making lots of big noise.
And welcome to the stage, Dweezil Van Zephyr. And what will you be doing for our crowd today?
I should be telling some humorous lines, sir.
Excellent. I'm glad that you are well prepared for this. And next up, your competitor. You know her. You love her. Please welcome to the stage, Catamon the Piggins.
Oh,
Quinch shot.
Here she is.
And at that moment, from the other side of the stage, stomps this huge, burly half-orc. Around her neck are a variety of horns, of, I think a shanks or something like that, they're called shanks. And she just is dressed like a bard. But unfortunately, she's a big girl, and maybe she's wearing bardic outfits that are perhaps not befitting of her size. Almost as if no one's ever seen a half-orc bard before. And her outfit is not necessarily befitting of her race. And she stomps out onto the stage. And Mater D looks round to her. Welcome back, Catamon. And what will you be doing for our audience today? Roast haikus.
She is even more beautiful than in the parchments.
Excellent. Lovely stuff. Dweezil, Catamon, which of you wishes to start first?
Well, as always, the lady comes first.
No, it's okay. You go first, sweetheart. Lovely, excellent stuff. And Mater D leaves the
Krill quickly says, "Maybe she is the prize I should take back home."
Oh, we might have warring barbarians for the lady's honour.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Dice and Desire. We really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave us a review. Also, go check out our Instagram and Twitter pages. The handle for both is Dice and Desire. So, until next time, stay safe, adventurers.